we got snow! In times like this, when the reservoir pipes have frozen, and these grandmas are dancing outside! That's life in rural China. Happy spring, everyone, from beautiful Zhejiang. The birds are chirping, the flowers are blooming, and best of all, the sun does not disappear behind the mountain at like 3:30 p.m. anymore. So many more hours of beautiful daylight, and it is now a tolerable temperature to be outdoors more than 30 minutes at a time. So life is good. And now I can officially say that I survived winter in rural China. And you may think that sounds a little bit overdramatic, but y'all should see my comment section on Bilibili when I announced I was moving to a Chinese village. People freaked out. They were either thinking I'm gonna like die out here, or that I'm gonna whip out a month in and move back to the city. But it's actually not that hard to heat a house in rural China anymore. I mean, come on people, it's not 1970. But unfortunately, sometimes, about 3 or 4 times through the winter, the pipes in the whole village would freeze. And what do you do in that situation? Go up the mountain, get some fresh spring water. That's life in rural China. So if you're wondering what this is, don't get all up in the comments like, oh my gosh, you're stealing your neighbor's water. This is free water from the mountain. And this was actually the water source my house was originally connected to, and I cut that connection off because anytime it rained, this water would get really muddy, and that just was not it, okay? So I don't use this water anymore. My house is connected to the reservoir, but in times like this, when the reservoir pipes have frozen, you can still come up here and get some of this stream water, which is still flowing, even though it's like -3 degrees outside. So I can still get some use out of this. No matter how cold or how ugly it got outside, it was my tradition to go on an evening stroll. I made it such an ingrained habit in my life that literally it would be the ugliest day ever outside and I would still go out and take that walk, because I do a lot of work from home, so I'll be like staring at a screen all day long, and it's really nice to just get out and experience Mother Nature, even when Mother Nature is trying to murder you with slippery roads. I was about to head out on my evening walk, and I noticed someone has literally put burlap sheets up and down the streets here because it is so slippery that you can barely walk without something kind of grippy to step on. Shut up! The dogs here literally do not care if you've been living here for months and months and months and they see you every single day. They will still bark every time you pass by. Except for that one corgi. Love that little guy. Whoever did these burlap things really went all out. Our whole neighborhood is de-icified. Even though Hangzhou is in the south of China, the climate up here is quite different from the flatter area in the city. Being up in the mountains makes a big difference. So it was very cold here, but it just didn't snow as much as I feel like it should have, because this place is very wet. In the summer and the spring, it rains all the dang time. That's how you get these beautiful green mountains, all this green bamboo, so lush. Where was the water at in the winter? It hardly ever snowed. We did get one really big snow one time, and I would have loved winter here a whole lot more if that had happened maybe like once a week instead of once the whole time, but I'll take what I can get. Please, enjoy.
Take a train ride just to see you. Ride for hours just to please please you. You don't know how much I need you, 'cause you're my home away from home, away from home, away from being alone.
So here I was, walking up this mountain expecting to get you guys this amazing shot of the village below, and I totally forgot that the visibility right now is like 0 because of the snow. So it's just a big white abyss, but I tried. Oh, you can see it a teeny bit. That's our village. It's like 0 degrees outside, like on the dot. So I bet the villages that are at a slightly lower elevation probably don't even have snow. The city of Hangzhou probably doesn't have snow, but we got snow. Overall, winter here was pretty okay. I could almost even say pleasant. Sitting here in my cozy home office with my space here, a nice warm cup of tea, working away while the wind whips angrily outside. I've actually really enjoyed working remotely. I love my little home office here in the village. It's not just because I have great scenery and a quiet, peaceful atmosphere and I can hang whatever weird stuff I want on the walls. I also really love my computing setup that I have here. Check out this beautiful monitor from today's sponsor, Sony. The flexible design of this monitor means that you don't have to put it just on the left or the right of your laptop. You can also stack screens like this, and you can even set it into portrait mode, depending on whatever you need in the moment. You can customize your computing setup to satisfy that. This monitor also doesn't tie you down to one specific location like a desktop does. Sony monitors collapse super easily because of the magnetic base stand, and once it's folded, it's actually only a ½ inch thick. If you are in a creative industry like I am, for example, editing videos and photos, doing graphic design, digital art, etc., this monitor is extra perfect for you. Check out the beautiful, crisp imagery, the great colors that you get from the LG panel inside. And it even comes with its very own SD card reader. Of course, having a monitor isn't just for work. It's great for watching movies, watching videos, playing games. It gives you such an immersive experience compared to what you would get with just a conventional laptop. So if you guys want to get your very own Sony monitor, check out the link in the description. And thank you again to Sony for sponsoring today's video. Welcome to the nightlife in rural China. It's so cold outside, my pipes are frozen, there's no water in my house, and these grandmas are dancing outside.
这么冷的天还跳舞呀？
美女阿姨叫啥？美女阿姨。
哎呀，叫我阿姨了，我要哭了，怎么不叫姐姐呢？
哦，叫姐姐，美女姐姐。
不会跳吗？
不想跳那个。
那你想跳什么？
要不我跳科目3吧？
也可以。
Rural China nightlife item number 2, a bonfire. And yes, I know fires are warm, but I still feel like it's too cold to be outside. Like, why are these people outside? And another really common way to keep warm around here is to have a big bowl of hot coals in your living room. Oftentimes when I would go into the convenience store to buy something, the lady would have that big bowl of hot coals there, and she and her husband or any random visitors in the shop would just be like sitting there warming their feet around it. Anyway, there are quite a few traditional options for heating houses around here. Of course, it's not going to be as good as the north, but it's okay, we have some options. But they almost all relate to fire, and I didn't want to burn anything in the house, which is why I don't really heat the house in any traditional way. I use heat pumps and space heaters. And just know that if you're living in modern rural China, these are an option. You can use these. You don't have to do everything exactly the way the locals do it. they're using the way they're accustomed to, and then I will do things in the way I'm used to doing them, and we all just live together in peaceful harmony. So that is the harrowing tale of how I survived winter in rural China. There were some annoying things, but overall it really wasn't that bad. It wasn't anywhere near as bad as the comment section acted like it was gonna be. I think some people may have some bad childhood memories from like the 70s, 80s, 90s, and they don't realize that it's perfectly possible nowadays in a modern Chinese village to live very comfortably in the winter. It's really not as terrible as everyone is imagining it is. So yeah, I survived, and I'm moving onward to spring. The weather is getting better and better, so I'm gonna be showing you guys some more little vlogs of life in rural China. And in April, the mountains will turn into a beautiful carpet of flowers. It is gonna be time for the azaleas to bloom, so I will definitely take you guys up on the mountain to see that. Anyway, that is all for today. Stay tuned, everyone. Let me know what you think in the comments. See you next time.